I am Job, once blessed, then tested. I had wealth, family, and healthy, but in an instant, everything was taken from me. In the land of Uz, I lived a life of plenty. 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys. My servants were many, and my reputation great. The greatest of all the people of the East, they said. But it was my children, oh, my children, how they laughed, how they feasted. 7 sons and 3 daughters, full of life and joy. Each day I would rise early and offer sacrifices for them. Perhaps, I thought, they have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. My wealth was not just in possessions, but in the hands that tended them. Yet, in all this abundance, I never forgot the source of my blessings. Little did I know, in the heavens above, a challenge was made, my faith to be tested. It began with whispers, rumors of disaster. Then came the messengers, each bearing worse news than the last. Your children, the last messenger gasped. The house collapsed. They are gone. Like leaves in autumn, my blessings fell away. My wealth, my health, my children, all gone in a moment. My wife, in her grief, urged me to curse God and die. But how could I? Should we accept good from God and not trouble? My friends came, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar. For 7 days and nights they sat in silence, witnessing my suffering. But when they spoke, their words were thorns. Repent, they said. You must have sinned. God does not punish the righteous. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. My laments grew bitter, my questions more pointed. Where was God's justice? And then he spoke. From the whirlwind, his voice like thunder, his words like lightning across the sky. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? He asked. Tell me, if you understand, who marked off its dimensions? And I was silent. For what was I before his majesty? What were my questions before his wisdom? I repented in dust and ashes, humbled by his greatness, awed by his power, grateful for his attention to my cries. And in his mercy, he restored me. He doubled my fortune. 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. And children, he blessed me with children anew, 7 sons and 3 daughters as before. Life from the ashes of my grief. Now, as I watch my grandchildren play, I remember the depths of despair and the heights of restoration. In our suffering, we may question. In our pain, we may doubt. But in the end, it is not for us to understand all of God's ways. Our part is to trust, to persevere, to hold fast to our integrity. For He is God, and His purposes are beyond our knowing. This is my story, a story of loss and restoration, of questions and answers, of faith tested and faith renewed. I am Job. Once blessed and cursed, now blessed again. And through it all, the Lord has been my strength.